Okay, Smog here. So this is what I've done to the Galant VR4 air cans. So basically, I lopped off the bracket here, and I lopped off the bracket right here, and I painted it black so it doesn't move. It's pretty damn good, actually. What is it? Duplicolor low gloss black works pretty good. It looks very similar to the stock Mitsubishi paint. If anything, I don't think it's shiny enough. I don't think I painted it well, but it's okay. Once it passes smog, it's coming right off anyways. Yeah, so maybe like a semi-gloss black would actually be the right color, but that's what I use, low gloss black. I only sprayed certain parts of it anyways, so there it is. So let's go see if it fits. Alright, actually before that, I'm gonna go spray some filter oil on my K&N filter here. Yeah, so this is the filter oil right here. Put some gloves on and spray away. So it should be red. Okay, there it is. K&N filter all oiled up. It's nice and red now. The way it's supposed to look. Alright, so I'm gonna go put the can back on. Shouldn't be too hard. I probably do that with one hand. Let's see here. So remember, we gotta line up the tabs here. I guess you could install it the other way around too if you wanted to, but okay. And just put these clamps there. It's hard to do with one hand. This filter is in fairly good condition. Metal air canisters anymore like this. Even my Z, the only other car I have that has a metal canister like this is my Z. My old Z, the one I just sold. Alright, so there it is. That's what's gonna go on. Oh yeah, just in case you're wondering where the brackets went, there they are. So those are the brackets that came off. They were pretty hard. They're kind of hard to get off. I have to use good old disc cutter here. Made a lot of sparks. So I'm having a problem here. Let's check it out. Alright, so here's the problem. I'm having it is a tight fit. It's a really tight fit there. So it's sitting on the battery tray here. I mean, where the old intake was. But, like, it's in there with quite a bit of force. So to keep it from rubbing on the body and then like getting it all scratched up and stuff, I'm gonna put this little gasket dealy. It's a rubber packing sheet. I think it's for like it has something to do with like housework. It's what I use at Lowe's to insulate stuff. So this is just gonna go underneath, so it doesn't. I know the car is probably gonna vibrate a whole lot when you're driving, and it's gonna like scratch. It's gonna move and scratch. The couplers have some give to it, so that's okay, you know. In fact, I can probably I can loosen the turbo one, and then I can loosen the one on the turbo and angle it up a little bit, so it's a little more forgiving. But yeah, it barely fits. It's like it's sitting on the bottom bracket right there. So that's what I got to work with. It kind of works. Make sure these wires aren't caught under there. It kind of hides the boost controller and this little vacuum line. I don't know if I should just cap that, you know, but whatever. It's like it technically it's capped. It's just like I said earlier, it's just this number here. It's a ghetto cap. Alright, so let's go bolt it all down. So this thing isn't gonna fit. Or maybe I guess if I just kind of just leave it there, yeah, I don't like the way any of this stuff is coming together. This airbox takes up a massive amount of space, so I may just leave it like that. It still opens, so that's good. This is supposed to go on a battery. Yeah, make some other bracket for it, but what might happen down the line is I put that 3G MAF in, so we'll see. Alright, and then this just connects here, but let me go get a screwdriver and tighten all these clamps. This looks like it. Home stretch, baby. Tighten all these clamps. It looks pretty stock. It looks black, at least. It looks stockish. Still not stock with this pipe here. But I think if worse came to worse, I would just put the Eclipse pipe on. You know, the Eclipse pipe would work also. I think there's a couple different configurations for the intake on this car. Yeah, I think I would have just liked probably the stock setup going here, or I don't know. I guess that works too. This is actually a better intake system right here because it just goes straight into the turbo. You saw how like the stock piping, it goes up and then it goes out of the turbo. It goes up out of the turbo and then it turns again and then it turns this way. It's too many bends on that thing, man. It's a piece of shit, man. I don't know why they designed that. But like I said, this is like the prototype car, you know, for the DSMs. So alright, what was this? Okay, this is the bolt for the original, for the one the naked filter. And this is the spacer for this, but I can't bolt that on anymore. It's too there's not enough space. Yeah, so that's what it's gonna be like for now. Alright. Okay, it is my hair. And there it is. So it looks actually pretty good. Is it really good? No, it's not. I don't like it at all. I actually like the open version better. I'm not. So I was trying to look up and see if it's legal to put that open filter in there, because on the Eclipse it's an open element filter and they have a CARB EO number for it. So if I could find that out, I'm trying to do some research to see if the fuel injection performance kit, they have one for this car, and you can do that. You can just leave it open. Because from what I've read, some people they're like, yeah, they just put the filter on there, and then there's like something that, I guess there's a ring that comes with it, and then you can use it to clamp it on like this. So I don't know, man. So there you go. It's ready for Smog. So I gotta go drive it around a little bit before we go smog it. And then we'll go do it, and hopefully it'll pass. If not, I don't know. That's the best I can do. That's as stock as I can make it look. But it still looks pretty good. Could you imagine all this space was taken? It's like something is missing right here. But that's okay. This is a lot like, this setup is a lot like a Eclipse, I think. I think maybe the early Eclipses might have had a different setup, but I know the later model Eclipses, the first generation, are like that, like this. So if worse comes to worse, if they don't like this hard pipe, we can put the Eclipse pipe on, or the stock Galant VR4 piping. I don't know if the stock Galant VR4 piping will fit because all this crap is in the way. The battery tray's in the way. Well, it'll probably fit now that I cut the brackets off of this, but it'll just kind of be hanging there now. That's what we got zip ties for, right? And then I gotta hide some of these missing connectors and stuff. I'll just hide it around here. Like, hey, what are all these missing connectors here? We don't have anything to do with the mission, so don't worry about it. Type of thing. Make sure this thing is on here nice and tight. I should probably clean the connectors on this, the pins. Yeah. Oh, actually, I think I already did. Yeah, there's already some dielectric grease in there. Good man. Good job. Oh, I don't know if I cleaned the pins inside the thing though. I might have done that when I put the engine together. So there it is. That's what it's going to be like. So basically, it's the same setup as before, except we just put this can in. and then this can takes up a lot of space. So if you remember, the filter is a cone shape, so it kind of like tapers off here, so that's why we had room for this before. So that I kind of just shoved this down there and it's kind of just hanging there. I broke it too, so the whole thing comes off now, so that's okay, don't worry about it. Yeah, now we'll get back on. Okay, there we go. So anyway, this is just going to be here for Smog, and then I'm just going to take it right off. After Smog is then begins the modding. So I don't have to worry about passing Smog with all that stuff, but and then we'll worry about that the next time Smog rolls around. It'll have a different setup next time. But yeah, this looks pretty good. This is what we're gonna go with. So if anything, what's good about this, having a enclosed filter, so it's just gonna suck the air out of that little spot right there. So actually, this actually kind of works as a cold air intake, sort of, because this is where I think the ducting went before, into here. There's actually, I think, a scoop somewhere here that channels cold air into the filter here. So that's good. But I mean, it's more restrictive, but the best benefit is the filter won't get as dirty fast. Because the thing about the open element filters, if see how the engine bay is all dusty right now? Well, if it's dusty like that, it's gonna collect on the filter even when you're not driving it, and then I noticed with open element filters, you have to clean them more often. Yeah, that is my thought on that. But, I mean, they can go for a while without having to be cleaned, but they get dirtier faster, that's for sure. I would change it every oil change or every other oil change, or I mean, clean it. So there it is. Hopefully, let's see if we can do the get all these bolts out of here. Screwdriver, and let's see if the hood closes, because it may not close. Let me see here. Looks like it might close. It's kind of sticking out a little bit, but we'll see. Alright, moment of truth. Does it close? Yes, it does. Doesn't look like it interferes. I don't know. If I hear something bumping and hit the hood, I think I'll know what it is. So yeah, let's go fire it up. Let's see if it runs. I know I've got the steering wheel in there right now, but obviously if it doesn't start or run properly, it's just looks okay. I know that's not gonna say anything until the car warms up. It looks like it runs. Let's rev it a bit. All right, so I think she's ready for Smog. Black Widow Galant VR4 is ready to be smogged. So we got so what I did to get it ready for Smog is I cleaned the filter, we put the air can on, and we did an oil change. It's the best I can do, and I looked for some exhaust leaks. I really didn't find any, so I think we're good. I think I'm going to go Smog it like this, and then if you remember from my repair vlog, I cleaned the EGR ports and everything, and the EGR, so hopefully it'll pass the EGR test good. And yeah, so anyway, it'll be a good indication of its state of tune anyways. If your car's not running right, obviously, it's not gonna, the Smog numbers are gonna be thrown off. So we'll see how it's running, but what I'm worried about is how I put it back together, if I put it back together properly. Alright, here's what we got.